Winding its way through the Great Basin Desert in southwestern Idaho is the Snake River Canyon. The Snake River is 1,078 miles long and drains a watershed of 108,000 square miles, starting in Wyoming and ending at the Pacific Ocean at the border of Oregon and Washington. The Snake River was once famous for its salmon runs, but a series of dams now blocks the passage of these anadromous fish. The semi-arid and desert communities through which the Snake River passes receive only about 12 inches of rain per year. These desert communities are dominated by native plant species such as big sagebrush and shad-scale saltbush, as well as a variety of other shrubs and grasses. Along 81 miles of this river is the Morley-Nelson Snake River Birds of Prey National Conservation Area, home to the largest concentration of nesting birds of prey in North America. However, this area is also a hotspot for reptile diversity in the state of Idaho, including many species of lizards and snakes, most of which are a food source for the birds of prey, along with the many rodents in the area, like these ground squirrels. Reptile diversity in this area is under threat from human activities, including livestock grazing, historical fire suppression practices, vehicle traffic, and the introduction of invasive species such as cheatgrass. It is to this reptile diversity hotspot that I have come to participate in a reptile survey at the Orchard Combat Training Center for the Idaho Army National Guard, just north of the Snake River Canyon. My friend and colleague, Dr. John Cossel, invited me to participate in the snake safety training course for the field technicians and to accompany them as they look for reptiles in the Great Basin Desert. One species we may encounter on this reptile survey is the Great Basin Rattlesnake, Crotalus lutosus, a venomous pit viper found in Idaho and some other western states. This species can be found in the deserts of southwestern Idaho and prefers rocky outcrops with a southern exposure for thermoregulation. As with all reptiles, snakes are ectotherms, meaning they cannot regulate their own metabolic heat, so they need warm basking spots to raise their body temperature. The most well-known characteristic of any rattlesnake is the rattle. Located at the end of the tail, this structure is made of keratin and consists of hollow interlocking segments that create a buzzing sound when the snake contracts its tail muscles. Every time the snake sheds, a new segment is added to the rattle. Because rattlesnakes are nocturnal, they have adaptations for detecting prey in low light conditions. The eyes have vertical pupils, which are used to detect movement. Rattlesnakes also have a heat-sensing pit located between the eyes and nostrils, which is sensitive to minute changes in temperature and can sense the body heat of nearby prey. The rattlesnake also uses its tongue to detect the scent of its prey, as well as to identify predators and potential mates. Rattlesnakes are venomous, and the venom can be used for defense and to acquire prey. Foldable fangs inject venom produced in glands located behind the eyes. The venom is hemotoxic and contains proteolytic enzymes and other compounds that interfere with blood clotting. Bites are very painful, and there can be severe tissue damage at the site of the bite. If you're bitten by a rattlesnake, call 911 immediately and get to a hospital, as you may require antivenom. Rattlesnakes play an important role in desert ecosystems as they control rodent populations and are themselves prey for apex predators such as the many raptors found around the Snake River Canyon. Despite their importance, rattlesnakes are under threat from humans, including habitat destruction, unwarranted extermination, vehicle traffic, introduction of exotic species, and rattlesnake roundups. Another species we may encounter during this reptile survey is the striped whipsnake, a species in the family Colubridae. Hey, this is John Twining from the One Biota Network, and what I have with me here is a striped whipsnake. This is a beautiful animal found here in the deserts of southwestern Idaho, and it's a very long, sleek snake, very fast, and it's got this kind of brownish undercolor with some yellow stripes on either side, and then of course a cream colored belly, except for the tail. I don't know if you can see this here, but the tail has a sort of a reddish color underneath, or a rose color. And of course the tail is very long in this species. It starts right about here and goes all the way down to the end of my finger, about maybe a foot of tail there, or several inches at least. Again, a very fast, sleek snake. They are visual predators. They will hunt with the upper part of their body raised up, and they have large round pupils from which they can see their prey very well. And they hunt during the day. This is a diurnal species. Now, we found her earlier today with what may have been her mate underneath a greasewood bush, and we will return her so that they can find each other again. And this is breeding season, so soon they'll be mating, and in June and July they'll be laying eggs, and the eggs will hatch sometime later in the summer. This is just a beautiful species here from southwestern Idaho, the striped whipsnake, Coluber taeniatus. What kind of training do you need to safely handle rattlesnakes? Find out next on Great Basin Adventure.